The Weight of Silence by Heather Gudenkauf. Chapter 11. Calli. The temperature of the day was steadily rising, and the low vibration of cicadas filled their ears. Griff had become uncharacteristically hushed, and Calli knew that he was thinking hard about something. Anxiety rose in Calli's chest, and she tried to push it down. She focused her attention on trying to locate all the cicada casings she could find. The brittle shells clung to tree trunks and from limbs, and she had counted 12 already. Ben used to collect the shells in an old jewelry box that once belonged to their grandmother. He would spend hours scanning the gray, hairy bark of shagbark hickory trees for the hollow skins, pluck them carefully from the wood, and drop them into the red velvet-lined box. He would call out to Calli to come watch as a fierce-looking, demon-eyed cicada began its escape from its skin. They would intently watch the slow journey, the gradual cracking of the casing, the wet-winged emerging of the white insect, its patient wait for the hardening of its new exoskeleton. Ben would place its discarded shell on her outstretched palm, and the tiny legs, pinpricks of its former life, would tickle her hand. "Even his wife knows something's going on," Griff muttered. Calli's heart fluttered. 13, 14, she counted. "Even his wife knows he's too interested in her. Tony runs to him when she's in trouble." Griff's voice shook. "Does she come to me? Off she runs to Lewis. And me playing daddy to you all these years." Griff's fingers were now digging into her shoulder, his face purple with heat and dripping sweat. Minuscule gnats were orbiting his head. Several stuck to his slick face like bits of dust. "Do you know how it makes me look that everyone knows about your mother?" He unexpectedly pushed Calli roughly to the ground, and a loud whoosh of air escaped her as her breath was slammed from her. "So that gets a little noise out ya. Is that what it takes to get you talking?" Calli scrambled backward, crab-like, as Griff loomed over her. Her head reeled. Silent tears streaked down her face. He was her daddy. She had his small ears, the same sprinkle of freckles across her nose. At Christmas, they would pull out the large green leather picture album that chronicled Calli's and Ben's milestones. The photo of Calli at 6 months, sitting on her father's lap, was nearly identical to the photo of Griff sitting on his mother's lap years earlier. The same toothless smile, the same dimpled cheeks looking out at them from the pictures. Calli opened her mouth, willing the word to come forth. "Daddy," she wanted to cry. She wanted to stand and go to him, throw her arms as far around him as they could reach, and lean against the soft cotton of his t-shirts. Of course he was her daddy. The way they both stood with their hands on their hips, and the way they both had to eat all their vegetables first, then the main dish, saving their milk for last. Her lips twisted to form the word again. "Daddy," she wished with her entire being to say. But nothing, just a soft gush of air. Griff stepped closer to her, rage etched in his face. "You listen here. You may be living in my house, but I don't gotta like it." He kicked out at her, the toe of his shoe striking her in the shin. Calli rolled herself into a tight little ball, like a woolly bear caterpillar, protecting her head. "When we get home, I'm gonna tell your mom that you went out to play and got lost, and I came out to find you. Understand?" He struck out at her again, but this time, Calli rolled away before he connected. The force of the kick caused him to falter and trip off the trail and into a pile of broken, sharp-tipped branches. "Damn it!" he cursed. His hand scratched and bloodied. Calli was on her feet before Griff, her legs taut, ready for flight. He reached for her, and Calli turned on the ball of her foot, a clumsy pirouette. Griff's ruddy hand grabbed at her arm, briefly catching hold of the smooth, tender skin on the back of her arm. Then she pulled away and was gone.